I'm producing this video concerning an issue with the Bissell Proheat 2X. And this particular model is model number 9200-2. It's about 4 years old, 3 or 4 years old. After the first few times using this model, I noticed that the unit would not dispense the cleaning solution consistently. After filling up the reservoir and using it for 5 or 10 minutes, I'd noticed that the solution would quit dispensing. I also noticed a problem with the hand dispenser here, the wand, that it would just dispense very erratically or not at all after an initial burst of fluid. And it was very burdensome and annoying to try to solve the problem. The usual solution, if you read the manual, was to remove the reservoir here and make sure there was fluid in there, and then to reprime the pump, and there was a procedure given in the manual to do that. That would work temporarily, and then after a few more minutes of using the system, it would no longer work. What I discovered recently that completely solved the problem was that the gasket that you see here at the bottom of the reservoir, the red gasket really doesn't belong there. It actually belongs on the nipple here of this piece right here. And what I'm surmising has happened is over a long period of storage when I had not used the machine and it had dried out, that the red gasket that you see there actually became lodged in the female portion of this socket here. So the solution is to remove this red gasket here and place it back on this male nipple here where it belongs. I did that, and ever since I did that, I've had no issues with the Proheat 2X. And I'm sure that will solve your problem too if you notice this particular condition here. So the way to solve this is if I take a screwdriver, which I'm going to do right now, and just pry up the gasket, as I'm doing, and reseat it where it belongs on this nipple here, being very careful to do that correctly. And here you go. It's seated properly. And now, all you have to do is put this back in, fill up your fluid, and hopefully you're good to go. There's another video on YouTube that goes into a procedure if it turns out that the heating reservoir of hot water that's up in this section here has been clogged with minerals, or if the jet dispensers themselves are clogged. I'm not talking about that particular case. I'm talking about the case where it works when you first fill up the reservoir and then stops dispensing after a while. Well, hopefully this will help any of you that have had these problems. Okay? Bye-bye.